live. We're live.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hi. Welcome back to Ghost of Axia. Oops, excuse me. This is week 3 of our second season. I'm glad that you're all here. This is a number 1 campaign. Mostly original, except for the parts that I abused from the lore book, from the actual number 1 world. No one needs to know about that. Actually, you do need to know it, but you don't tell anyone.
You're kind of
going
in and out of, yeah.
Oh, sorry. What was I saying? Anyway, so this is a viewer expected game. Let me see if I remember this right. Bits get rerolls, subs get auto crits, straight up cash via Coffee or Streamlabs gets you to tell me something that you think could happen in the game, like the continued existence of Applejacks, our friendly horse, and now Applejacks' friend, our currently unnamed alpaca. Which thankfully, Sarah / Arnica is not here to have to deal with today. So Kira gets a reprieve from that particular oncoming calamity. And so let's go around the table and introduce our cast. Today we are Sans Arnica. They are off doing great and powerful things. Zwath, you're up first.
Hello, I am Zwath, and I am playing Kira Tully, who is a kind of young, a little bit naive engineer, rogue by class, from oh my gosh, my brain doesn't work today. Where do I live?
Gaspar.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Gaspar. And yeah, we've that has created some horse palaver. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Thank you for taking responsibility for your animal wrangling. Kree, you're up.
Hi. I'm Luckry. I play Sorcha Keegan. She's the keeper in the archives. She likes fire and books, but not at the same time. And she lives in Ardell. I mean, she lives at the library. That's where she is.
But you have an official address somewhere, right? It's not the library.
No, she lives in the dorms in the library. That is where she actually lives.
Okay. Healthy work-life balance. What is this? Viv, you're up.
Hey, I'm Viv, and I'm playing Verity. And Verity lives in the little bit more upper crust part, even though she is not really on that upper crust. She is a contracted investigator with the guard. She has a pet that she thinks is a cat and is completely normal. It is none of these things. And yeah, she's really enjoying, being with all of these crazy ladies. And the only one she knew before all of this was Sorcha, because she would.
Kira.
Oh yeah, she was my little shadow. I tried to get her to be on the nice and straight. I forgot about that. But my personal keeper at the library, because I always got her entertained with weird questions and weird research.
Yeah, cost.
She's grown so much, I forgot.
Also, you've gone on to join a union, and now you're in charge of this small political party. Really?
Yeah, we kind of joined a cult.
It's not a cult; it's a union.
Yeah, bull. That's a cult.
It's the Illuminati.
That's still a union.
Yeah.
The Illuminati is not a union.
You don't know that.
If it is a union, it's a very cultish union.
Well, yeah, they protect each other.
They also don't ask for any membership money. Just secrecy.
Know of yet.
Okay, so how about it's not a cult, it's a secret society?
Yeah.
I have called that.
It's like the Masons.
But I get corrected, so.
Oh, man. Everything's fine.
So,
everything's fine.
Don't worry about it.
Isn't that the same as a cult? Secret society. I thought that was a cult.
No, because cults are public. How would you get new members if you were secret?
Oh, I guess.
Okay, also we have spreadsheet. Thank you for the spreadsheet. So who wants to do the recap of previous episode? I feel like Kira should, for no other reason. Then there was a brief interlude with a horse and your new friend.
Yes, I will very much attempt to. My brain is very slow today, so we'll see what I can
fair.
remember.
I am the same.
So I think I'm gonna merge together what was last session and the session before, but we after a mysterious note left at Siren's house, we all collectively decided that it would be a good idea to, entertain this mysterious stranger and find out why they wanted to talk to us. And they turned up at our door. We let them in. And turns out it was the lady up from Ardell that lived near the Lee family, where we stole a bunch of books. And also the horse. Was it Lee, the Lee family?
No, right? The we part in that sentence.
Oh, we. Hey, look, they were a distraction whilst it was still part of the plan. And yeah, I also stole a horse, and she kind of saw me stealing the horse. But she sort of seemed to say that she knew that we'd been kind of co-opted into this secret society, right? But she was
aware that you had interaction with the Union, yes.
Yeah, but she didn't seem to be much of a fan of them. We know that they kind of had maybe something to do with some missing people. So I guess I don't think she's a friend, but she might be more of an enemy of my enemy kind of person. But Verity, with Siren's slightly drunken state, Verity sort of stepped in to be a bit like, hey, maybe you should go away for now. Yeah, and Sorcha found out a bunch of info from her too. And I think we were just kind of coming back together to have some time before we met her again. Verity and Sorcha, I think, went back up to Ardell. Mm-hmm. Kira went back to her shop to find that it looked like someone had broken in, but it had been broken in by a horse and an alpaca.
Jack missed you and came back with friends. They're spreading the word, the gospel of your greatness.
In fact, didn't the alpaca have a fabulous scarf?
Alpaca can become a fabulous scarf.
But I also wanted to add in that the lady was someone who is fairly important. Yes. She sits on her lawn and spies on everyone and gets all of the gossip.
Yes. And she was pretty sure of herself, right? We didn't seem to intimidate her or anything.
No, I would say that she was more amused than intimidated. But the way an actual large dog is not intimidated but amused by a smaller dog. But not a chihuahua, because they're evil in every.
Oh, and our little fox friend disappeared.
Did we name Fox Friend? I feel like we named Fox Friend definitely last time.
I think probably, but I have a terrible memory for names.
No, that's okay. I think I wrote it down. Oh, Kyote. That's right. I named it Kyote.
Wasn't that the name of the species?
Right. Yeah. That's what it is. Not what. That's what I'm calling it as well.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like calling a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi. Thank you for the sub. Welcome. 35. That's more than
a
year. That's more than 2 years. That's a long time. That's pre-COVID.
It's almost 3 years.
That's dedication.
That's 1 month off.
Oh, nice.
It's my maths. It's maths.
Yeah, we should have an anniversary party. You're 3. You're gonna make you in pre-K or something? I don't know. Anyway, yes.
But words. I'm bad at words. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
So we also technically, Saren and Sorcha were kind of scheming to go off and meet the lady, like, without having the others around because of the attempts at intimidation just were not working. But I don't know. It plans might change.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
So I believe I know I told you about the underground anthills, but I can't remember who I told that to.
About everything underneath the city, you mean?
Yeah, who in game knows about that? Not obviously you all know. People all know.
I think wasn't it
Sorsha
Sorcha?
probably, right?
Yeah.
Because she's
Yeah.
she's the one who does all the research. And if you're thinking about it, maybe Kira? I don't know. I don't
I feel
remember. I'm just spitballing here.
Was it Sorcha and Verity? Because you guys went up to library and stuff whilst whilst I discovered our fairy friends, and then I came up to you guys right at the end. But you guys, I think, had been doing some research, so you may have been reading about it. I'm pretty sure Sorcha was.
I mean, Sorcha was doing tutoring for something completely different,
Oh,
and then y'all came up and started asking her questions, and then she was a
that's
bad
right.
teacher because she
Yes,
stopped.
abandon your student for something
I mean,
cooler.
She didn't exactly. She does this. Everyone knows she does this.
It's fine. It's fine. They weren't hurt. Their feelings were not hurt. They were anticipating this particular interruption, and not this particular, but an interruption was anticipated. And so that means I'm just confirming, because my memory is also shit, and I should write this down, where everyone physically was last. Kira's at your apartment, Sarah's at their apartment, Verity and Sorcha are together in the library. Correct?
I think so.
I think I had left. I think I was heading up to Ardell.
Yes. Could you close the door on
yeah. I'd abandoned the llama and the horse.
Well, they invaded. Yeah. Abandoned. Sure, we'll call it abandoned. I'll accept that. Actually,
left them out of my sight.
You're just gonna leave them
Yeah,
home.
and I think Verity was hoping that Fuzzy would make their way home on some point.
Yes.
Since when we were walking up to Ardell, we were kind of looking for Fuzzy, but we couldn't find. So,
Right. Okay.
totally normal thing that cats do. Roam.
Yeah, they do wander away if you leave the door open long enough. Sorry, team. I'm trying to fix my mic. Hold on 1 second.
Mana mana ba dooby dooby. Mana mana ba dooby doo. We're having elevator music over here because loading screens. Mana mana ba dooby.
Fine. I got a new mic team and I just forget where I need to put it sometimes because my new stand hasn't come. Okay, so as a cutscene in which no one who is in this game as a player is happening, Fuzzy Friend, our dear Quixote, is, if this was a movie, there'd be a scene in which you see like you know those movies where like it starts off with an animal at low ground and it follows it places as it like goes around, and then suddenly they're in a place that they shouldn't belong, and it cuts to human beings being in that same location.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So Quixote is like in like it's clearly Ardell, like it's clearly a nice, well lit, clean city, full of lots of people, but like the residential area, and they're burrowing under a bush fence, like a hedge, bush fence is called. And like they pop up on the other side of the hedge, and there's a house that sort of looks like the Lee family house, like in terms of style, but it's like slight variations on like the same house, which is to imply that it is near and or around where the Lee family home is. And Fuzzy Friend is gonna slip into a open window on the ground floor.
Oh no.
Um,
Fuzzy friend, no, don't do it. You have so much to live for.
no, it's fine. It's fine. Fuzzy friend. Fuzzy friend is gonna be fine. Fuzzy friend is just gonna go make some new friends. Maybe they'll come back with I don't know, a sheep.
Fuzzy friend is probably better at stealth than the rogue.
I mean, fuzzy friend. No one expects the cat to be a murderer. They should, but they don't.
Everyone expects a cat to be a murderer. What are you talking about?
No one expects the cat to be a murderer.
That's why we love them.
Everyone expects.
I appreciate a cat. I appreciate a pet that will eat my face if I die before it does.
This is, I mean, not if no, they'll eat your face if they think you're weak enough for them to take you. You don't have to be dead for that.
I appreciate that too.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do. There. Huh. I forgot I can lift my chair up, team. So that's what Fuzzy Friend's up to. So as an aside as to where you want to know what Fuzzy Friend is, that's what Fuzzy Friend's doing. Fuzzy Friend is investigating a house in Ardell for reasons currently unknown. I promise you, nothing bad will happen to Fuzzy Friend. There will be no animal death in this game or harm, unless it's by animal on animal violence. That's different. Kira, so when you left the alpaca and the horse, you were going upstairs. Why were you going upstairs again?
Because I was going to tell Verity that my horse had multiplied another animal rather than Saren.
Oh, that's right. You're gonna break the news to Verity.
I'm going to spread out which adults I tell the bad things I've done to. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. Gotta mitigate the damage by like spreading it around.
Yeah.
As you're going upstairs, so I think we established previously in the universe there's like an elevator and it's also like a weird flight of stairs that's kind of sketchy. Like super sketchy. I don't know if I can describe how sketchy the stairwell. It's like a subway stairwell. If you've been in New York and been in a subway that's like super steep and super like narrow and goes with real questionable lights. Kind of smells like pee, but you're not really sure if that's pee. You hope it's pee. Like that's how bad it is. You hope that the smell you're smelling is pee. But it's like the way the not fancy people get up to Ardell. It's like the back. It's not the back door. It's the regular door. I've never been to Louisiana, so I wouldn't know what Bourbon Street smells like. But sure. It's not necessarily the back door. It's just a more inconvenient way. It used to be the main way to get up to Ardell before the elevator got put in. And then they really stopped caring about dealing with getting to Gelspar and maintaining the stairwell, basically. So you could take the elevator, but it would be.
I think I always take the stairs pretty much, unless there is a specific reason not to, because it's all a bit, yeah.
Sorry, my cats are being. Whenever you see me like look down to my right, assume it's a cat making some weird, scary noise at one another.
As cats do.
As cats do. And okay, so you're taking the elevator, you're taking the stairs.
Yeah.
And so as you're like climbing the stairs, we're not as you're climbing the stairs. You sort of So you know how you got promoted into this political party game thing?
Yes.
Have you mentioned it to anyone? It has been like a week, I think, since this happened. If I remember my calendar right.
I don't think so. I've not mentioned it to anyone specifically.
Okay. Like you, like in the interim week, you haven't did any like, hey neighbor, what would you like to see change in blah 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 blah.
Oh, I see. No, I don't think so yet because most of that time we spent somewhere. Yeah. So I haven't really had time to start. Yeah.
Checking in on your neighbors and making a list of all the things Ardell should do for you.
Correct. Okay. Yeah. Not yet.
Okay. So as you're making your way to the stairs and up the stairs, you pass like a couple people that you recognize. And I don't remember if you were there. I think you might have been there when Saren saved that kid's life from overdosing on Pixie in the very beginning.
Yes.
You were there?
Yeah.
You passed them. And they seem actually I can never remember what their names are. I should have written a list of everything. I think I had this exact same conversation last week too. Like I feel like this exact same conversation happened last week.
Names are very hard, to be fair.
Well, like I wrote them down, but I don't remember who's who. They all look the same.
Were these the people? No, they weren't part of the gang.
No, they're the kid. It's the. Hold on a second.
I'm not sure that's in my notes. I apologize.
No, it's fine. Joe Nathan and his kid are one person, which is super not funny, but or not useful in this particular information. That's not who I'm looking for. I feel like I literally feel like I did this last week. I feel like the exact same conversation happened last week. And it also doesn't have to have multiple notes the same. I feel like it was before this. Sorry, 1 second.
It was very early on when we met.
Yeah. I also my notes aren't dated. They're just kind of in this book.
I think it was possibly even the first session, wasn't it? First or second
Oh.
session, maybe. It was
Yeah, it
very
was-
early.
Yeah, I think it was the first session because I started taking notes early, but that definitely predates all my notes.
Okay, so Joe. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna write this down now because I found part of my notes. Joe Nathan is Kira's neighbor.
Yes, the one who we went because
His wife was having a baby.
His wife was having a baby. Yeah. And he has another little son.
Yes. And newborn plus. We didn't name. So no, you actually. Okay, so that's them. Mara Jane is the wife. No, it would have been I had to have named these people. We talked to them. My cat is the devil. Horatio is the peddler. Anyway, the point is, you see a bunch of people. Oh, Noelle found them. Oh my God, it's such shitty handwriting. That's what, Noelle found Saren and went to take because Reese, I believe it was, had been sick and overdosing. I have such shitty ass handwriting, guys. Oh God, okay. That's really what I've been staring at this. I didn't know what I had written until literally just now. But you pass Noelle, who's the younger sibling of the three of them.
Yeah.
And they're like sort of at a glance, they're doing the normal things that a child who lives in Gelsmore would be doing. Like it doesn't out of the norm, but this is the first time you've seen them since the time that Saren made their brother's stomach get pumped.
Yeah.
And like they like wave at you when they see you. But do you approach them or are you continuing?
No, I would definitely go and say hi.
Okay.
So I'd come and be like, "Hi, it's great to see you. You feeling better?"
Well, no. So Reese is their brother who got their stomach pumped. Noelle was the one who
Is Reese not there?
No. It's just Noelle. Sorry.
Oh, it's just Noelle. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I thought they were all there. I'm gonna be like, "Oh, hey, Noelle. How are you? How's your brother doing?"
Noelle is gonna be like, so Noelle's kind of, what the fuck is that noise that you're making back there?
I'm sure Noelle doesn't say that.
It's fine. Don't
Sure
worry
Noelle
about it.
doesn't say that.
No, Noelle does not say that. Noelle would never curse like that. No, even if they were thinking it, they would still never. So they're excited to see you. They're like, because last time they saw you, you did a good thing, and they're excited and happy. But they'll tell you that Reese has been better, and hasn't made any poor life choices that they're aware of, and that Miss Saren definitely put the fear of God in them. I'm gonna ask you, like, what have you been up to? I haven't seen you in a while. And like try to give you like a down low on what's been going on. Sorry, I'm like looking for something on the floor. But continue.
You got real quiet. We couldn't hear a
sorry.
thing you said.
I said no. Sorry.
And you've been cutting out in and out just a little bit.
Oh
still.
shoot. Okay. Still. Sorry.
Just a little bit.
Can I do this? Can I tilt this up somehow so I can get it closer to my face? So no, sorry. Noelle will be like, "Hi, how are you? Reese has been better. Lois has not murdered him. He's also made no more poor life choices since Saren put the fear of God in him. How have you been? Where have you been? Sort of deal."
Tends to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saren, they tend to be good at that.
Definitely no more poor life choices from Reese, at least for the immediate future.
That's good. Me? Oh, I've been good. I've been away from the shop for a bit. And
got anything new and excited?
Not really. I mean, actually, maybe I ended up making some friends in Ardell. I was gonna have them down here for some kind of a party at some point. So we should sort that. But yeah,
Noelle's little face like lights up. Like, first off, Ardell is like the shiny place that so he's like Noelle is kind of a child of like hasn't really left Gelspar and still thinks Ardell is like this cool thing that eventually if you work hard enough you'll end up going to.
It's bright lights, like yeah.
It's like you live in the suburbs and you're like, oh, Manhattan sounds wonderful, but you don't realize Manhattan is really Times Square and it smells like pee.
Yeah,
and it's, that place. And you should never talk to strangers. Like that's Ardell, but like it's Manhattan as well. And so when you say friends from Ardell, he gets like both excited and shy at the same time. And like, I want to know everything about these people that you're talking about, but also I don't want to seem pushy about information that may not be like I don't want to like he's a kid who's been told not to be rude. Like don't be rude.
Yeah. I think Kira can pick up on this and is like, you're more than welcome to meet them. They're they're kind of political, and I guess I'm kind of political now. Whatever that means. I guess
like, I don't know what those words mean, but yes, okay. That sounds.
And I'm like, yeah, not me neither.
I'm sure it'll be fine. You're really good at everything, especially fixing
things. Kira blushes a bit. It's like, well, thank you. That's very kind of you. I mean, next time I go up there, you're welcome to come with if you want.
Is that not where you're going now?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess. You want to come now?
He like looks around and goes, I mean, if you don't mind, I don't want to like get in your way.
Oh, it's no problem. I will. You can meet Verity and Solcha. They're great.
Okay. He like is 100% on board with this plan. He wasn't doing anything like he was doing a thing where like the part that when kids play with sticks. I don't know how like whatever little kids they play jacks or whatever. I don't know what small children do in public places that isn't.
No, all I can think of is like like the Victorian hoop.
Yeah.
So is that what you think children do?
Listen, as an actual child, I had a great deal of fun digging holes in the backyard for no good reason. So no, I don't know what children do.
It's true, yeah.
We used to do weird shit.
I would just sit in a bush for a long time. So yeah.
Yeah, children would like when I was a kid, children would, go outside.
Yeah, I went outside and dug
Imagine
holes. No, I went outside and dug holes for no good reason.
It seems like such a foreign concept now.
Outside is dangerous. Outside has pollen and COVID.
Yeah.
Not safe.
Pollen. Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, come with.
He'll like grab his toys and all his stuff. It's not like a lot of stuff. He'll like shove it in a bag. Suddenly appears.
Like what kind of age is he?
About 13, maybe.
Okay.
like either he just turned 13 or is recently turned or about to turn 13. Like he's about that age. Like not quite teenager yet.
He's like tween, not quite the age where I'm holding his hand sort of thing,
Correct.
but where I have to definitely keep an eye on him.
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
That is because I think Reese is 17, I think is the note that I wrote myself. I've since lost it again.
It happens.
Yeah, I will be like, yeah, come with me. I've got to go and speak with my friends. You can come meet them. Not the friends I made in Ardell, other ones. But it's fine. We're going to a big library, probably.
Ooh, excitement. When you say library, he gets like really excited, like in a way that surprises you.
You like books? Just gonna say suspiciously.
He like makes like the super suspicious way that little kids make, saying, "No, I do not like books. I mean, they're fine, but like."
Oh, well, just because if you like them, my friend has a lot of books and she loves them. And I am sure that she would tell you her favorites.
Excitement. The way little kids try to rein in their excitement, because like, so Noelle's kind of like, the thing about Noelle and like Noelle's sister and Reese is they're like, they have parents. Like there are adults that live with them and like, but like they don't see their parents. Like their parents are always working and or busy.
Yeah.
And it's not like I don't have time for my kids. It's just there's like paying the bills is more important. Getting food. Like Reese can handle the day-to-day wrangling of children.
Yeah.
So Noelle's kind of used to like people say like is used to Lois not having enough time, Reese not being interested, and parents that are not necessarily around to, like if they're interested when they're there, but they're not there often enough to like he like word vomits when he sees them. And they're like, yes. And they're like, I remember nothing of this. I just got a 12-hour shift, but I'm happy that you're happy.
Yeah. No, that's good. I think like we were saying this before, like it's very much like, I know it takes a village to raise a child, right? Like, so it's very common for like, you know, people to like look after other people's kids and stuff. So
yeah. So yes, you've never seen him necessarily reading a book, but like that wouldn't be just wouldn't be one of the, it wouldn't necessarily be one of the things that you would know about him, but someone else might know about him.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I think I noticed that he's clearly excited about that, and that makes me quite excited because I think that he is going to enjoy the places that I could show him.
So you head upstairs. He's like doing the like runny, not runny, the like run, wait, like hop, like the energetic ways that only children can climb stairs.
Yeah.
That he's doing that where like he's waiting for you to catch up because the stairs. It's really steep and it's really narrow. Like literally, it's only like wide enough for 2 people at best to walk up the stairs at the same time, and like even that would be awkwardly close. But you could do it, but like not unless I don't know you. Like if someone was coming down the stairs, one person would stop, turn to the side, to more easily allow the other person to pass.
I think Kira will probably be like, she's gonna like feign like she's not noticing he's running off and be like, oh, it's a race that you want, really? And then she's gonna be like, but I can beat you, and then she's gonna run, knowing full well that he will catch over.
Like he like there's a moment of surprise, and then he like takes off running, and like he overcomes you not quickly because again narrow stairs. So and dexterity is the best trait of small children, teenagers, tweens, because like they're still doing that weird like my limbs are growing faster than I remember them being thing.
Yeah.
Like suddenly that foot goes there, but it didn't used to go there like literally yesterday. And you both make it up to the top of the stairwell at basically the same time. Like maybe he's like a foot ahead of you, but like barely a foot ahead of you.
I definitely would let him win if he wasn't going to. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you like barrel out of the stairwell. So again, if you has anyone been to a place that has underground trains?
Yes.
Okay, so you know how when like they have like those little like when you come up, there's like the little like arch thing that says where you are in a train station. But then like usually it like leads directly onto the street. There's like nothing stopping you from like immediately being on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
So you do that. And like you like huffing and puffing because you just ran up a lot of stairs very quickly against a tween who has like boundless energy and doesn't even know what tired means. And it's like midday because I believe this is you were at Saren at like 11. I want to say 11 noon or something like that.
Yeah, it was the afternoon. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, so it's like before dinner time, but like not. It's like the time between some people's jobs are ending and dinner time. No, nothing chaotic is happening yet. We're just meeting children, hanging out with them, and going upstairs, and maybe visiting neighbors that we don't know anything about via Foxy friend.
Yes. So when we get up to the top of the stairs, and he like bursts out onto the street, I'm gonna be like, okay, well raced, okay, but stick close by me now.
Okay.
So we get to my friends.
He's been upstairs before to Ardell, but like never went out like please. Like Reese doesn't come up here. For any good reason, he would take Noelle with him.
Yeah.
Sorry. I took a bite out of a donut just now and it was a mistake. It was an old-fashioned donut. So it's a little delicious but dry. Anyway, so again, like I said, it's like the time between like people's jobs are ending and like dinner time will be like shortly, depending on so there are enough people out and about. And Noelle does stick close to you as you're making your way towards Verity's house or the library.
I think I am excited to show him the library, but I should tell Verity first. So Verity's house.
Okay. Have you met her major domo before in on camera or no? Did I?
Not on camera, but Kira definitely has before.
Okay. So when he opens the door, he like looks at you and looks at Noelle and then goes, Miss Verity is not here right now. She went on an errand earlier. I believe she mentioned your colleague with the fire starter one.
Okay, that's perfect. That's where we were gonna go anyway.
Also, so Verity before she left was looking for Fuzzy Friend. So the major domo will ask you to tell Verity that they still have not seen Fuzzy Friend. There's been no update on Fuzzy Friend's return, even though it's been like at least 2 or 3 hours. Or 1 or 2 hours. Like it's been a little while. Like they've checked most of the house. They're definitely not in the house anywhere, and you just pass on the message. But they will continue and looking for Fuzzy Friend.
I will let her know. Good to see you. I do one of those little wink finger things.
The finger guns thing?
I guess it's not finger guns that I'm thinking of, but I don't know how else to describe it, and I've got my camera on. But yeah,
okay.
I'm overly informal.
Okay,
I'm uncomfortable.
That's fair. Because you're like, wait, like the thing about Verity's like household staff is they know you. They're not new to them, but they're still like polite because it's too ingrained in their training to not be polite. But at the same time, they're not surprised when you're not formal with them. They don't respond in say informal, but they're not going to be like scandalized.
Yeah. In Kira's head, she's like slowly trying to break them down until They're informed.
It might be more successful with the younger generation, but the ones who've been there like since Verity's parents were living there are like, never. There's nothing you could convince me ever. I will die before I like crack this facade of professionalism.
This is a challenge.
Challenge accepted, I hear. Okay. And like Noelle this entire time has kind of been hiding behind you. And like kind of like looks at the person at the door and goes, "What is that?"
Oh, that's my friend Verity's. I don't really know what he is. He answers the door. I think
he runs the house. He literally, in every way, shape, or form. If I don't have a name for this person, I should probably make it.
Yeah, well, I think Kira is still saying he answers the door, and I assume he does other stuff too. He's a nice guy.
My name is Martin.
Martin, I like it. I'll probably introduce them. I'll be like, "Oh, Martin, this is Noelle. No, Martin."
Hello. Martin will like do the thing that adults who don't know how to interact with. Actually, have you all seen Gilmore Girls?
I have not.
Okay, damn it. I was gonna say Michael. There's a thing with someone who isn't used to interacting with small children that they're not related to, does where they're like, "Oh, hello, small child. How are you doing? Would you like this candy sucker that I have magically in my pocket?"
Yeah, like treating him way younger than he is.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I can't gauge how old you are, but like not condescendingly, but like I literally only know information about my family members and how old they are because someone reminds me every year. So I've never met this child. No idea how old they are. You're tall for your age, I guess. Like I don't know how to, yeah, Michael is great. He's like, I don't really understand what's happening. Why there are children around, but yes. But he's like more polite than Michael. But like he has that same like, I'm terrified of this small thing. What if it touches me with its dirty hands and ruins my suit? It's fine. I'm not going to say anything about it. But inside, I am very unhappy.
Perfect.
Also, he remembers what you were like as a younger person, and he's a little suspicious.
Oh no.
Yeah, like Kira, I feel like Kira and Verity have known each other long enough for Kira to have been around when she was not a lot younger, but younger than she currently is, like an actual teenager. Because Kira's like 20-something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, you would have been around like when you were actually like a teenager, and he remembers that. Pepperidge Farm remembers that. So he's just like, I don't know how to. It's probably fine. Kira turned out fine, so this will be fine.
Definitely fine, because I think Verity and Kira met because Kira comes and scavenges stuff from up in Ardell.
Yes.
Which technically is not allowed.
Yeah, well, they're not using it, so it's fine.
Exactly. I think that's how they met. So probably then Kira would have wreaked havoc in the house as well.
Yeah, like all the things that are broken here, let me fix them and make them better.
Yes.
They are all better, but no one asked you to make the clock talk to us.
Yeah. Exactly.
Noelle like waves shyly and goes, he asked about the fuzzy friend that was mentioned just now, the Quixote. Like, what is that? Can I see pictures of it? What does it do? I've never heard of this thing. And like, I want to say you're having this conversation as you're walking towards the library. Like you're not staying talking to him. Like you like do the hi, hello, thank you. I'll pass the message along. This is Martin. Let's head to the place that we need to be going.
Absolutely, yeah.
How would you describe fuzzy friend Quixote to a small child?
This is a really good question because we determined that there wasn't really that many animals in like Gelspar and Ardell, right?
Correct.
What would be the...
There aren't many non-domesticated animals besides the cats in Ardell.
Okay. So if there's like cats, then I'll be like, it's pretty much like a cat, but it was kind of bigger and kind of not from here. when we find it, you can come see it. It kind of quite likes pets.
So as you're having this conversation, and he's like enraptured with your information and the things that you're imparting on him about Fuzzy Friend. And do you tell him how you got Fuzzy Friend? How Friend came to live with you?
I think I say that we found him somewhere that wasn't. I think I go to say, like, some other island floating place, but then I'm just like, somewhere else. It's not from Ardell.
There's places that aren't Ardell?
Apparently.
He doesn't believe you. Like, there's that you're lying to me. This is things that adults tell me that aren't true, isn't it? Places that aren't this island. This floating land mass that we live on. Impossible.
See, that's what I thought as well. But it turns out there is somewhere else. I mean, the docks, the ports with all the boats, the ships, they can actually go. I mean, apparently they don't anymore, but they can actually go to other places. I mean, it wasn't really a city, but other floating islands, like other places out there.
Suspicious. Well, like he has a suspicious face that also. Okay, so how good Secure is at reading children?
Reasonable, I think, because she has quite a lot. Like, she has quite a big family. She was like in the middle, so yeah, and she did some of the taking care of siblings and stuff. So yeah, not bad.
Okay. Do you know when like a kid doesn't believe you, but also is immediately like, I'm gonna prove you wrong face?
Yeah.
That's the face that briefly crosses Noelle's face.
Okay.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Hey,
Yes.
What am I talking about? Maybe
you can't take it back.
I just imagined it.
Can't take it back. It's already out there.
I know.
You can't put that genie back in that bottle.
I'm just trying to be mysterious, so he's like not sure anymore because I realized, maybe.
I've given this child ideas.
Yeah.
That's fine. Ideas are great. As you're walking, so anyway, as you're walking, and like it takes you like a little bit to get to where you need to go, but as you're walking, are you in front or behind him?
I mean, next to him, I think.
Okay. There's like a moment where you're like in a like not crowd of people. It's not like a deep crowd of people. It's more like a regular amount of people crossing the street, like in that weird point in time. You know that weird point in time where you're on the corner and like everyone's kind of like shuffling every which way.
Yeah.
When you notice as you start to cross the street, he does not follow.
I will immediately stop and be like, "Hey, remember, you got to stick close. Come on."
He is staring at something and like kind of like inches towards you. And goes, I think we should visit a different crossing of streets. And like so like does a thing like small children trying to insist to go a different way, even though it's clearly not convenient to what you're currently doing.
Yeah. So I'm going to go over so I'm nearby it, but then I'm going to like basically look back across the crosswalk and see if I can figure out what's freaking him out.
So across the way is a person that I don't know if you've met either in game or in real life, but they have been referenced. There's a blonde woman in a dark, kind of raggedy. Oh, hello! Thank you for the raid. Welcome, other doc and team.
Yay! Hello, Raiders.
Hello, Raiders. Welcome to Ghost of Axia, where we're gonna meet someone that we should have met last season, but I got sidetracked by a union, by building a union.
I mean, Sorch is not sorry.
No, it's fine. It was just I forgot until I went looking for Noelle's family's name. I was like, oh yeah, you did say you should go find those people. And I was like, oh yeah, you didn't. So we're gonna make your life complicated now.
Always good.
But do you recognize this woman? Do you remember? She's blonde, kind of skinny, a little mean looking.
Me as well. I don't think I remember. Well, I don't remember who she
Okay.
is.
Anwin?
I don't think I met her.
No, you didn't. You didn't meet her in this game. So, flashback to when you're pumping Reese's stomach, and when Saren's pumping and asking where you got it from, he got the drugs from.
Oh.
That was the name of the person that he threw under the bus.
I see. Yes,
Um,
I remember now.
That's who that was.
Would it be someone Kira would recognize?
That's
Or just know the name of?
So this person is Anwen.
yeah. This person's Anwin. She's what did I
I
describe?
re-
Tall,
I
dark,
remember
cloaked,
her.
blonde. Looks mean.
I think we ran away from her, you know, in the marketplace in Geldspar in the first season.
No, you ran after her. You ran after her.
Ran
Aaron
after
chased-
her.
Yes. Okay. I do remember that episode. I do remember
Yeah.
that scene. She disappears into the crowd, and you
Yes, we tried to follow. Yeah.
there's the party, the weird street festival thing happening. Yes. Okay. We're pulling this together from my memory now.
So
I wasn't sure. I knew I mentioned her. I didn't know if I had mentioned her as physically having been on screen.
Yeah. And I think because we knew that she was also part of that group that were
Yes.
bringing all the bad things in. So I would Kira definitely recognizes her.
Yes.
And then we'll be like, it's okay. We can go around the other way. And then
She hasn't
can-
noticed you. She's I want to say she's talking to someone that you don't recognize. Who's wearing a similar cloak to hers, but like slightly cleaner and slightly nicer.
Okay. So if she hasn't noticed us, I am gonna grab onto Noel's hand and just be like, we'll just head past quick, okay? And I
Okay.
will try and lead us like across, but like try and not have catch her attention.
Yeah. She doesn't notice you. But this is the first time you've seen her since the time you saw her in the time you saw her in the festival. At the festival. Like you've been busy. Shit's happened. That kind of remember those drugs that we were dealing with? Kind of fell to the wayside for a moment because there was a union.
Yeah.
You got sidetracked by trying to figure out who was making them, and then suddenly forgot about the immediate threat. Forgot, but the immediate threat was still.
I'm gonna try and take note of the person that she's speaking to.
Okay. Let's call. Wait, hold on a second. Control. Wait. No, Control Shift T? Yeah. Okay. Why are you not changing my names? They are going to be similar. Okay, so this person I'm just gonna name. They are similar in color in terms of like the standard person from Ardell looks sort of like this person. Like they're not there. They have no distinctive features. It's like dark hair, light skin, has no real distinguishing features that stand out, but also like not completely average, like maybe a little tall. But also you're only thinking that he's tall and comparing to Arwen or Eowyn, whatever the fuck her name is. Awnyn. I don't know how I said that.
Eowyn, I think.
I think Aowen, yeah. Because she's tall, and she's like for a woman, she's tall, and he is taller than her. Like,
Okay.
the only note that is that he is taller than the average person, but completely average looking in terms of appearance.
But very much Ardell looking.
Yeah.
Has, whatever the current-ish fashion of Ardell.
Yeah, like I'm blending in.
Very,
I don't like the only two things of note that you would take of is that his cloak looks like Eowyn's and that he's tall.
Okay.
And they're in a deep discussion, and he doesn't appear to like he's listening to her, but not in the sense of I care about what you're saying. It's like, yes, I'm totally nodding along, but paying you no mind. I'm waiting for you to shut up so I can leave.
Yeah. Okay.
Boop, boop, boop. And you then they're still standing there as you walk past, as you continue. Like, they don't move from that particular little peninsula. They've done the asshole thing of stopping in a street, and everyone's walking around them.
Can I catch anything of what they're saying, or is it a bit?
There's too much people noise, like general.
Yeah.
And she's not yelling, but she's also not whispering. Like, it's general, like, regular tone of voice. Maybe a little quieter than normal, but like you can't catch what they're saying. And I don't know if Kira can read lips.
I don't think so. No,
Okay.
Probably not.
Yeah, so no, you can't really tell what's being said. But she's definitely explaining something to him.
Okay.
Ooh.
What is she doing in Ardell?
Is what she works for. Wait, hold on. What is it called?
Is it the Chasers? Am I remembering this from something else?
No, I think it's the Chasers. I think I'm pretty sure that's what the organization is called. Like,
yeah,
that's unofficial, but official.
That's what I thought, but then I was suddenly like, I'm not remembering that something else, but I'm pretty sure they're called the Chasers. Yeah. And what I know, that's what that cloak is from. It's
yes.
Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Like, the Chasers are a legitimate organization that does have like some sort of oops, what am I doing? Oh God, I'm pressing buttons. Okay, sorry. They just have some sort of sorry team. My desk is really tiny, and my keyboard is not helpful.
Desks are never big enough.
No, they literally are never.
Yeah, it's not possible for a desk to be big enough.
Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry, I'm just looking at something. Okay, there it is. Yeah, they're so imagine there are the guards, right? Okay, let's go with hierarchy just to explain what's happening. And I need my pen again. So there's the guards who are like the official, we are in charge of organizing and maintaining rule of law in the city. Like, they're the equivalent of the regular, like, everyday cops. The Chasers are we used to be a gang, but then we got legitimate, but we're still technically a gang.
Yeah.
But we're only not classified as a gang because we have health insurance.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, that's the only way I can think of to describe, like, they have more power than the average citizen does, but less power than the actual guards.
Makes sense. Yeah.
They deal with the things that the guards, generally speaking, think are not important enough for them to deal with themselves. Which covers most of the things in Gelsbar.
Yeah.
Which is both a good and bad thing because, well, they're assholes sometimes. But yeah, so you don't recognize him specifically as what chaser he is, but you recognize the cloak that he's wearing as a fellow chaser of hearts.
Okay.
They are co-workers.
Yeah, makes sense.
But also you know that she's a terrible person. So she is a terrible person. She just gave drugs to Reese, or gave drugs to the person who Reese bought drugs from.
Yeah,
You can't prove it, but you're pretty positive she's a terrible
we're
person.
pretty sure we know that that's the case.
Yeah.
I will grit my teeth a little bit and be like, okay,
Okay.
and I will squeeze onto Noel's hand a bit and just be like, don't worry, we will sort this also, but not right now.
She like nods and like kind of like clings to you, but like not like I'm being brave clings to you. Like I'm being brave, but also clingy.
Yeah.
And I want to say nothing else of interest happens. How long do you watch them as you walk away? Like you like tilt your head, like you do the thing where you're rubbernecking, or do you like try to blend in so they don't notice that you're staring at them?
I think I'm trying to blend in so they don't notice.
So you make it to the important bit is you make it to the library, the archives, with minimal distraction other than that.
Excellent. I will make a beeline straight for where Sorcha's office is.
So in Sorcha's office, she did not have an office, but she has an office now. It was taken by right of conquer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like you used to have an office. Like the thing about this, like the archives doesn't have enough funds for every archivist to have their own office. But you had so much stuff that your desk partner left and never came back.
Oh no!
They were just like, "Fuck it, I'm not even gonna argue. It's not even worth." I give up. This desk office space has been conquered by Sorcha, and we'll be fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, Sorcha and Verity, you are. I play. Oh no, you're looking at maps. That's why I go. So Sorcha and Verity I'm told about the underground warrants. They're called warrants. They're called warrants, aren't they? I don't know what's happening. I don't even. Sorry, team. My cats are committing murder to one another in the background. I should be concerned, but I just kind of gave up. Yes, they're warrants. That's what they are. Right? No, maybe. Whatever. They're tunnels. They're burrows. The underground network of tunnels. That and something built. But that's what you and Sorcha were looking at, was the map under the. I can't remember why.
Apparently they were carved out by some sort of creature.
Yes, they were carved up by a thing that you're not sure, but it's definitely not a person. It wasn't a humanoid, thumb wielding person that made these things.
My notes say giant ants with a question mark.
No, not. I mean, yes, but no, not in-game giant ants. But like I described them as having been built by.
I know, but that's.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying that's what my notes say because that's how you described it.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I don't mean to imply that there are giant ants underneath Ardell. There are no giant animals.
I mean, that would be pretty metal.
But no, ants are terrifying. Giant ants. Have we not seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
But you can make amazing puns because they're giants.
I hate you. Can we take our break now? I need to like go somewhere. I need to leave.
I am not sorry. You walked into that one.
It was a good thing I was mute because I spat out a bit of donut. That was really good.
I'm sorry, everyone who had to hear that.
I want to clip that. I'm gonna go clip that.
No, I mean yes, you should clip that, but also no. Anyway, the Warrens. Why were you looking at the Warrens?
Someone came in and asked about it, I think.
Okay, Verity's investigating the call. Kira is um excited to meet the old lady next door. Wait, what? Oh, Nancy. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Damn it. Okay, I'll do it later. I'm sorry, I'm reading my notes. Turns labyrinth into useful place. Oh, right, that's right. That's right. Okay, your student was okay. The student that you were talking to, John, was trying to figure out how to turn the tunnels under Ardell into something useful. That's what was going on.
Yes.
I actually did make that note very clearly in my own notes. So you're discussing that, like, it's where you were poring over these maps, as Kira and this child that I don't think either of you know enter your office.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? My headset hiccuped.
No, I'm sorry. I was saying that as the two of you, Verity and Sorcha, are like poring over these maps about the tunnels underneath Ardell, Kira and this child that I'm pretty sure neither one of you have ever met arrive. Join the party.
I say knock knock like way too loudly for a library before, like, as I'm going to enter. And I'm like calling out Verity. Sorcha, you guys in there?
Are you guys in there?
Burst open the door. And I'm just like, hey guys.
Probably just said shh from the background. That always happens.
Oh, hi guys. What you doing? I guess. Oh no, Verity, Sorcha, Verity, no, and then, I'm gonna wave at the student that's in there as well. And be like,
they what's the word to describe that? You know when you don't like they have that look of fear on their face that only students of Sorceress can have. Sorry, I'm hiccuping.
I'm gonna be like,
We're learning.
Why are you guys looking at maps?
Well, there's all of these tunnels underneath Ardell, and they were carved out by something very big and very old. But they're it's not around anymore. But I mean, like, look how extensive they are. They haven't even all been mapped. We were thinking of figuring out sort of an idea of what could possibly they be used for, and in something useful and helpful, and not just sitting around being empty tunnels. And if they're useful, then they might be mapped more, and we might learn other stuff. And this is a completely not very researched thing.
Oh, I mean, I bet there'd be a super useful way to get around the city. And also, and I'm still looking at the map, the horse came back and had a friend, and they're back in my workshop. And also, this is Noel, and he likes books. Maybe you could show him some of your favorites. And I'm trying to like slip that bit of information in the middle.
That's the only thing Sorcha heard.
Yeah, that was the hope.
You like reading?
He is looking at you again in a similar way that only people who know Sorcha can look at Sorcha. People who don't know Sorcha can look at Sorcha, and I'm excited, but I am terrified of what just happened. And he just met you.
What sorts of things do you like learning about? She's gotten up at this point, and she's like grabbed his shoulders and doing the thing when there's a really excited adult that's like taller than a kid and like grabbing their shoulders and being way more intimidating than they're trying to be. But
no, he's doing the thing that again small children do. Not small children, teens do when they meet a stranger and they think they like you, but also they're terrified because you're Sorcha. Like they'd be excited, like you've turned the intense to a very high level, and while he's excited about books, he's also concerned that you might try to feed them to him forcefully. He doesn't know why he feels that way, but he feels that way.
What sort of things do you like reading?
He like mumbles something that sounds like engineering and maybe yes.
I have just a section for you, and just steers him out the door.
Noelle's been kidnapped.
What was his
Verity, are
name
you gonna
again?
react? Oh, wait, no.
What was his name one more time?
Noelle.
And-
Like
Noelle.
Christmas Noel, but
Ah.
without the L-E at the end. Like Noel. Like, it's technically it's Noel, but Noel. No, it's Noel. Whatever. It's Noel.
Like Noel or Noel.
Yeah.
You can pronounce it either way, I think.
Yeah. Because English is
Yes.
a terrible language and sounds don't have to be consistent.
Yep.
So Noelle's been kidnapped by Sorcha. Verity, are you gonna respond to the return of the horse bit?
Return of the what?
The return of the horse that Kira slipped in there?
Yeah, Verity
Actually-
is probably leaning on something and you know, kind of amused, looking at Scorja like, ah. And then she looks at Kira and she says, horse?
Yeah. Seems like it remembers my shop. It was there when I went back. And it had a friend with it too. Oh,
Horses
and
have friends.
apparently, I mean, I don't really know, but it seemed to have brought a llama with it. So I kind of left them there. Maybe I shouldn't have done
Alpaca.
that. Alpaca, sorry.
Llamas are assholes.
So there is an alpaca and a horse
Yeah.
in there. But no Fuzzy.
No, I went back past your place and they haven't seen it again. So it's still out there somewhere, I'm afraid. Sorry.
All right.
Maybe the horse can find it.
That's quite the theory. It might work. It just might
You
work.
never know, right? You never know.
So you try it. You never know until you try it.
So, one problem at a time.
Yeah.
In first off, why'd you bring Noel here?
Oh, he was really excited about books, and I kind of thought you could come up and maybe borrow some.
Okay, I'm not quite sure if she's gonna let him take books, but you know what? Be busy for at least an hour or two if she lets him go. So what were you planning about doing about the horse?
I haven't really thought that far ahead. I just thought maybe I would not mention it to Saren, at least until they maybe, don't have as much alcohol in the house.
I mean, as long as they're not in Saren's house, it's not really much of her business. Do you need to go look up alpacas and how to care for them?
Oh, I have to, like in a book.
Oh my God. Yes.
I mean, can we just, do you think they're going to come back again? I mean, the thing is, I feel like if I take them back, they're just going to come back. Why don't they bring more alpacas? Or other
Right.
animals?
And where are you even going to keep them?
Oh, I don't know. I drop my head and I trudge off to go and find a book.
So you've gone to find the book about animal husbandry. Do you have any other important information to impart before you leave?
I mentioned that we haven't found. Oh, I will say as well that Verity, do you know much about the chasers?
The answer is yes. You are wildly aware of their existence, and I'm assuming, like I said, they used to be a gang, and then they got legitimate because they got health insurance, but they're still a gang in everything. Like, they literally, like, I don't even want to say it's like, I don't know how to say this in any other way. And you know how, like, slave patrols became the police? Sort of like that. nothing really changed except for the name of what they did. But like less terrible than that. Mostly they're just in charge of like maintaining order in Gelspar through any means necessary, not necessarily dealing with the actual problems in Gelspar. So you're aware of their existence and that usually speaking, you can't make them stop doing what they're doing because they're not doing anything illegal, but it's immoral and bad. That's the way to describe it. What they do on a general basis is not illegal. There's no rule against what you've just done. But like, why did you do that? That seems like a bad, mean thing to have done to someone.
I guess they do also do illegal stuff, right? But there's like no proof.
Right. You can't prove it. Yeah. They're for the most part, most chasers, either they are smart enough not to get caught, but like the reason they're not guards is because they're too dumb and too mean to be an actual helpful member of society.
So they're breaking all kinds of norms, but not really.
There's no rule. No, there's literally the definition. There's no rule against that.
Yeah, but you know what? The moral, ethical thing of the norms of polite society.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and how long ago would you say they have gone legitimate?
Like a decade. Just barely over a decade. Not that long. Like they're still members of the old people, the old squad, in positions of power in the current iteration of the Chasers, only because they haven't left. Like, they're outnumbered, but they still set the tone for the group.
Is it quite unusual for like? Is most of their business done in Geldspar? Like, is it kind of strange that they're up in Ardell, or not that weird? Yeah,
it's yes, but no. So yes, in the sense that most of their business happens in Geldspar, because for the most part, the guards go, no, we have Ardell, and people in Ardell wouldn't put up with the behavior that the Chasers do. But occasionally, they have legitimate reasons to go upstairs and be like, hey, blah 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 thing happened down in Geldspar. Just be aware. Like they have reasons to go upstairs, but like very few reasons.
So I also to Verity, like, just because the person that was responsible for at least some part of the supply chain of the bad stuff that was going around Geldspar, I saw her talking to another chaser up here in Ardell. And I mean, we thought that the drug was probably coming from up here somewhere.
Also, remember that you saw her near the stairs that go downstairs.
Okay.
Like in terms of like where they physically are on a map, like they were near the part where the area in which you're coming and going.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we still need to figure out what's going on there. I guess if you know anything about it, well, maybe we could keep an eye out.
Yeah, we definitely should. Maybe I should let some of my contacts in the guard know about this, just so that they can keep an eye out.
Yeah, I think that would definitely be good. They cannot be up to anything useful.
That is solid. And so you go off to find animal husbandry, and Verity, I believe you're left in the office by yourself with these Warren maps. And we're gonna take our break. Exactly at it's not one. Okay, we've left 1 minute till 11:30, but whatever. I was just on time. Okay. Wave. We'll be back in like 5.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Not bye. We're Yay, we're back. We're back.
Hello,
Damn
hello.
it, I didn't eat any of my donut before I got back too. That was poor planning on my part. Welcome back. Hi everyone. Last I heard, which was like 5 minutes ago, we were sorry, team. Ow. Ow. Sorry, I had to fix something. So Verity, you are looking at these maps. And
Is there anything that I can notice? Anything that jumps out at me?
yes, so there are several things that you can notice.
Oh,
Well, not several things. Well, there are several related things. If you stand back from the map and look at it as like a giant thing, this is a bunch of tiny like tunnels up close.
okay.
You start to like see repeat patterns. Like there's like section 1, section it goes A B C, like that kind of way. But like both going across and going down. Like it's like someone took like 5 blocks and it's just shuffling them in the exact same position. Or not shuffling and rotating them. But it's the same 5 like shapes. Just to connect into a giant shape. Which when you're up close to it, you can't really tell, but when you look back at it, you're like, oh, wait a second, this happens, this exact pattern of tunnel happens like down here.
So is it when you're saying that, is it like a game with bad texture smoothing?
I don't know what that means. Sure.
Where when you're really high up and you look down at the ground and you can see the repeating pattern of the texture on the ground.
The reading type.
That or like
tiling.
Somebody took dungeon tiles, but they only had 5 of them.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's interesting in that I don't think happens in nature.
Should not. No, not if that was made by an animal.
But also, it's again still too big to have had a person have done it.
Yeah.
So something at the very least is
Influence in the animals.
In like their ingrained design decisions, or they only have 5 choices and they just pick at random. I don't know how to describe that. Like we can only build like it's okay. You know, just like you know how bees build the exact same honeycomb.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that.
Yeah.
But it have 5 different shapes that could have picked from.
Hold on a sec, you guys.
Yes. Oh, it was a honeycomb.
Okay. So basically, they are only programmed for 5 different shapes, and they just built like that. All right, that then makes you wonder where did they get these shapes from and why? Because normally, you know, evolution will not let you do something without a reason.
It's true, or else you become a crab.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep bringing that up for the rest of my life. Apparently, crabs are peak evolution, and I don't understand. Anyway, so yeah, you only noticed it because you like stepped away to like. So like when Kira came in, you stepped away from the map to like look at her and oh, I hate this. To like step away so you could see her more better than standing up close to the map. Sorry, I'm like my hair. I hate it. It's in the way. Okay. And so now that you're standing back from the map, because originally when Switcher took it out, you just like rolled it out onto the table and then you're looking at it. You didn't like look at it from. You never saw it like as a big map. You saw it as the look at these little tunnels and where they connect. Blah blah blah, blah bit.
Now she saw the big picture.
Yeah, now you can see the big. This you could see it all together, and almost up close and personal.
All right. Is there like a pattern to where certain pieces show up?
No. So okay, I had to look it up because I didn't know what it was called. Where are they? Actually, I don't still know. It biology makes you do it. But no, not necessarily where they're formed. It's just like it's a. It goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, actually, how do I describe this? It goes like row of 3, 2, row of 3, like a brick pattern. It's like a brick pattern.
Okay.
Like there's the 2 bricks and then there's the 1 brick, and it's like if you look at a brick pattern long enough, it all looks the same but slightly different, but also exactly the same. And you're not really sure, like, is that brick 1 or is that brick 1? But it doesn't matter because that brick 1 is brick 2 down there, type deal. So no, there's no obvious repetition of like this, but like clearly they did the same thing a bunch of times. Just not 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, but then they like offset by 1 the next row down and offset by 1 the next row down. So it's like staggered.
Mhm.
But it's all through the entirety of the underground.
All right, so Verity will definitely have to mention that to Sorsha when she gets back.
I will say this because Verity also has like a big degree in science, correct?
Yeah, she's like forensic and logic kind of person.
So you know that that thing, that stupid square thing, where you have a 21 inch square, then you have a 13 inch square, then there's an 8 inch square, and the same like that thing. It's sort of like that.
Yeah.
Like that's the best way you could describe what you're looking at. It's like there was a 20, and then someone put like a bunch of 13 squares. Well, like the 13 square technically make one giant 21 square. Like weird math. Weird fucking math. Or pineapples, or the existence of pineapples. Yes.
Are we talking Fibonacci sequence or?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm looking at how to describe it to something, but it's also like you could see it in the appearance of pineapples, like the way their pineapples look. Like there's the same thing again a bunch of times, but like slightly offset, but like they're all the exact same thing, with like slight variations, but repeated variations of the same thing.
Okay. Very much a thing that could occur naturally, though.
Yes, but like it could have happened naturally. Again, because it could like it happens in nature, but like and again in the scale, it probably had to have been because thumb wielding people definitely aren't big enough to have done this in a time that Axia's been populated by human beings. But like people put numbers to that thing and made it make sense, basically. Because obviously someone mapped things, so someone had to have noticed. You can't have been the first person to notice. I mean, you could have, but I'm saying you were not the first person in the entire universe of Axia to have noticed the pattern exists in these combs. The patterns of living things are explained by the biological process of natural selection and sexual selection. Studies of pattern formations are used to make computer models to simulate a wide range of things. So people could do it, but like nature also does it better. And so when you looked at the crystals way back when, did you look at them or did you look at them like how did you look at them?
I know that Verity actually did with a microscope and all of that stuff and looked at all of them more scientifically.
Okay. So the pattern that you're seeing existed in the crystals. If you stare at it long enough, it's the same thing, but like the crystals were on a tinier scale of this thing. This is a giant version of that. But the crystals are obviously smaller than that, or a smaller version of that. And you also have crystals happen innate naturally. They are a naturally occurring thing in the. Sorry, I'm fucking with my camera. There, Dallas probably hates me. I'm sorry though. Fuck it, I can't make myself. I'm trying to make it so I don't fall out of, and also have my mic close to my face. So right, the crystals occur in nature, but the crystals that were the bad crystals basically had the equivalent of the same thing but broken. staring at? What are you staring at?
So the crystals had it didn't look like the same kind of Fibonacci sequence or whatever it is.
It looked like a broken. Okay, so I articulate my the what? No crab emote? No, what? So the pattern in the dirt under the tunnels is a Fibonacci sequence. The pattern in a good crystal is a smaller version of that big pattern.
Okay, so
Bad crystals have that same sequence but broken, like it's falling apart, disintegrating.
it's inconsistent.
No, it's breaking apart. Like it's falling. It's like that thing. Oh, what the fuck? It starts with a D. It's not. It's not. Fuck, I can't think of the word where you like fall apart, like disintegrate, but not disintegrate. No longer becoming stable. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know what the word is. No, it's not destabilized. You destabilize the government. No. Keyword. Oops. Sorry, I don't know the word. It's not disintegrate, but it's close to disintegrate. Degenerate. It's degenerating.
Degenerate.
That's the word. Deteriorating. It's deteriorating. That's the word I'm thinking about. Anyway, it took me way too long to get to disintegrate. Deteriorate. Fuck. Deteriorate.
So it
the
seems
bad
like
crystals are deteriorating, or the pattern in it that holds them together is deteriorating. Follow?
yeah.
Everyone follow? Kira, Verity?
Yep.
Okay. Now the question is, how do you put it together? So Sorcha, you have a small child to impress. How's that going?
It's if he's paying attention, it's probably going great because she's showing him books that are like, you know, how like she's taking out books of like you know the sky ships and how their engines are put together and like you know explain like talking about how that works and using big words.
He doesn't know what the big words mean. He does know what some of them means, but like he's doing a thing where like you're sounding out the word, like, yeah, it means this other thing. And he's impressed, but still equally terrified. But are you only teaching him about sky ships?
No, absolutely not. If depending on exactly what type of engineering he's civil engineering?
Yes. Building bridges and tunnels. Infrastructure.
Okay, then she's going to start pulling out books of like you know what? She's gonna take out a few books on the archives itself and start dragging him around the archives and pointing to the book and talking about how something was built and then pointing to the part of the archive that it actually is.
He is fascinated. He thinks this is the coolest thing. Like originally when you were talking about sky ships, he was like, yes, building boats is great. Like design-wise, it's great. But like building buildings is even better. Yeah, building with cool things is even better than that.
And she's gonna go into like how such a large building, because the archive's a really big building, is stabilized on a foundation, because stabilizing buildings on a foundation on a floating island is very hard.
Yes, because the island is also vaguely hollow, as we know.
Yeah, and she's going to talk about like how, you know, in order to keep the building from, you know, cracking and crumbling, you know, you have to have like shock absorbers put into key aspects on the building so the building actually wobbles a little bit.
Yeah.
And just get really into it.
And like he does the same like baby civil engineer babble back at you. Like he's not as practiced as you, but he like in theory knows a lot of this stuff. Like not a lot, like enough of the stuff that like I had previously encountered this information, and I have I have encountered the like kids version of this information.
Yeah,
And this is like the college level first. Like you just skipped all of high school and middle school. Like you just skipped that part. Straight to the.
She's gonna do this for a while, and then she's going to immediately get an idea and be like, "Oh my gosh, okay, come with me." And she's gonna grab him and drag him off and to like the back rooms where he probably shouldn't be, like employees only. And she's gonna start raiding cabinets and pull out like a box of crackers and some tape. But, okay.
You look at you suspiciously. I look at you suspiciously.
Okay.
You're being looked at suspiciously.
And she's gonna drag him back out into like one of the study rooms. She's like, "Okay, if you take I want you to build a structure with the crackers because the crackers break easily. See,
but oh my god, is this a spaghetti project?
Yes, she's giving him a spaghetti project. But if you and you're gonna put it on this little piece of wood here, and we're gonna wiggle the wood, and if you have the tape be too tight, the crackers will break. But if it's too loose, the structure will fall over. But if you do it just right, then it'll wobble and it'll be strong. Do you understand?"
Yes. I in real life understand. I lived this nightmare before.
Well, she figures it'll be fascinating for him.
No, I mean it was fascinating up until my professor then put like 40 pounds of weight on it and broke it on purpose. It's fine. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. And bitter.
She'll also give him like little straws and stuff, and talk about triangles and how important they are. And she'll like build something amazing. I need to go check on my student because that's my job.
Question.
But I will be back in 5 minutes.
You are leaving him alone, but it's the important bit.
Yeah. Do you want me to lock the door?
No.
Okay.
He says it in suspicious, like, why would you want to lock me in here?
Well, I mean, it's because the room it shows that the room's in use.
Sure. You can lock him in there.
And she's going to like take one of there's like she'll take the key, the occupied key off the wall and put it next to him, and then she'll take like her master key and lock it from the outside so that he can get out if he wants to. He's not locked in.
Oh,
but
okay.
It's like,
I was like, why are we locking this child in here?
Yeah, it's the equivalent of like this room is in use.
Okay. So you go back to find your student. Your student is still I would say your student is still in your office. Where Verity is. And do you pass here when you pass the animal husbandry section when you head back to your office? There's a fire on my desk, cat. Get down. Do you pass Kira as you go back to your desk? Office. No. Oh my god, he's trying to set up a fire now. Hello?
I'm here.
Sorry, my cat was trying to reach for the candle. Good choice. Do you pass Kira? Kira, how good are you at finding animal husbandry?
Absolutely terrible. I have no idea how to navigate this place at all.
Robba will peek over Kira's shoulder and be like, "What you looking for?"
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to. I feel like I should read up to deal with this alpaca problem. Where would I find books?
Oh, yes, this way. What you need to go to the place where there's lots of stuff on livestock and how to care for livestock, and I'm certain there's stuff on alpacas there.
Do you know how to look after horses and alpacas that way?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
I was excited for this moment.
Oh, books it is then.
But I know where the books are on that.
Okay, I will Try laughter switch.
Sorcha will go to the section and start taking out books and just piling them into Verity's arms. And this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. And oh, I know there's something about them in this one. And you can try this one. I'm not sure if it's useful. And it's like a 5-pound book just stacked, just dropped on top. It's like, all right, and then there's a nice desk over here if you want to sit here, or if you want to sit in one of the other rooms, or where do you want to sit?
Is there a room, like, a quiet one?
This is the library. It's always quiet, she says in a normal speaking voice.
I will drop the books the many books onto the table and sit down. Be like, okay, here I go, and I will begin to start looking.
Okay.
Yeah, and she'll also give her like paper and ink and for like note taking, but it's like way too much paper. It's like more than she will ever use, but it's like you don't know if Sorch is expecting you to fill out this many pages of notes.
There's a great test at the end of this.
Yeah, basically.
There'll be a test at the end of this adventure.
Oh no.
It's great. It's 90% of your grade.
And then she's gonna zip back to her office and be like, "Hello, I'm back." Bill has a little project I gave him. He's trying to build a building with crackers and tape.
With crackers and tape. That sounds really bad when you say it like that.
And then we're gonna shake it and see if it breaks.
That also seems really bad when you say it like that.
But if it does, but this way he knows where the weak spots are, and he can improve
No,
it.
it's fine. I'm just
like a proper civil engineer. I'm so proud. Rava's known Sorch has known him for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Not Rava. This is not Rava.
Yeah. I think, by the way, because I forgot, but I would have checked with Sorcha as well where he was and stuff, just to check.
Oh yeah. He's like a few rooms down in that study room. See the one with the door closed? She's gonna like poke her head out and point.
Okay.
It's straight down the way, straight down the, and I've got a staff key here, and he's got a key inside if he wants to come out.
Perfect. You didn't squash him with books or anything.
No, I squashed Verity with books.
No, you squashed Kira with books.
Or Kira with books.
You're telling Kira you squashed Kira with books.
Yeah.
It's all good. I'm reading.
No, it's fine.
So I squashed you with books, not the thing. Words. Okay. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I was just saying.
It's all good.
We're fine.
He's fine. Don't worry.
No problem. He can read, and I will read here too.
I promise there's a reason why I'm having you read animal husbandry books.
So I will be either in there or I'll be in my office.
Okay.
So if you need any help, that's where I'll be. And if I'm not in one place, I'll be in the other. And if I'm not in either one, I'm in transit. So just wait a moment and then check them both again.
I'll find you. Yeah.
Don't shout. Don't shout. It's a library.
She says it in the normal voice.
And then Sorcha just zips off towards her office much faster than she probably should in a library.
It's like no running in the library, but she's proper power walking, like right on the edge of what's allowed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Just fast enough to be within the rules, but also way too fast for a library for taking those corners. I'm trying to think. So I have everyone doing the things they need to be doing. I just need you all to get to the same place at the same time. I feel like I could have a time skip.
Yeah, I mean, Kira will definitely, as soon as someone's like comes to ask her to do something else, she will happily give up reading.
Oh, so do we mind like a brief time skip? Not like within, like you're not within, you're still within the same day.
Yeah.
But like several, like it would be like that SpongeBob theme several hours later.
A few hours later.
Yes, exactly that. Somehow, so I'm going to recap as to what's happened during this interim time. Verity, you've been looking again, trying to figure out, discerning what could have created that pattern and like what pattern, like what else that pattern appears in. And the answer is not that many things, but mostly in like the structure, like in the study of actually that's what I'm looking at.
The Fibonacci sequence you're talking about?
Yeah.
It appears in like
Everything, but no, I mean like the specific variation of it. Not the idea of it, but like pineapples, like pineapples. Like that's a reoccurring pattern in nature, but it's not the same as a reoccurring pattern in like grass.
Yeah, but it follows the ratios.
Yeah. So you know that in a point in time, I'm in the book. There has been studies done on ardents and the way their powers particularly work because they're the most flashy fire breathing things in the whole. Like how it's like someone's done the like. Why are you like that? So
Cackles and Sorcha.
And a similar pattern was noticed within the structure of their particular brand of magic. So far you found it in the dirt underneath underneath Ardell, in the crystals, in the bad crystals, and theoretically in the particular power that Ardents wield. Kira, you've read a lot of animal husbandry books. You now know way too much about animals. Actually,
probably not that much. I'm very slow to read and easily distracted.
well, so you started in A. So here's the thing: it's the book, the really really big book that you got handed. It's like the adult version of the ABCs of nature of animals. You know that book? I forget who makes it. Like National Geographic made it, where it's like it's an animal, the letter basically.
Mm-hmm.
To teach kids both the alphabet and also random animals. But it's like an adult version of that, so it has more than one animal per letter. And so between alpaca and the horse, like you're just like do you feel like you're the kind of person that just flips through and looks at pictures?
Yeah, probably. When she's like,
yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say, yeah, to avoid reading, she's like pictures.
So you happen to come across in your flipping for a brief moment in time a picture that looks like Fuzzy Friend. Or something that looks similar to Fuzzy Friend. It's like Fuzzy Friend, but like not colored the right way. But like same shape, same size, give or take. But like you're flipping through the book so quickly, you don't know what page it's on. So now you're like going through each page looking for this thing. But like this is like a thick ass book. It's like a dictionary ass book. And you just like flip one page at a time looking for this thing. If you flip too fast, you won't find it.
Yeah.
And eventually, after several moments of searching, you will find that this thing is called a Quixote. And it is a supposedly it is not supposed. It is an endangered species, possibly extinct. They cannot prove it because occasionally they'll see one of them, but they're not sure if they're seeing the same one of them or if they're different ones of them. And this book is relatively old as well. And it's believed that they used to inhabit Ardell. What was Ardell before Ardell is Ardell?
Okay. So Kira goes to, after seeing the picture and scanning some of the info, she goes to rip the page out and then is like, what? Nope.
Did we learn nothing? Did we learn nothing from
I learned and I didn't do it. And then I get one of the many bits of paper that Sorcha has given me and fold it up, put it in, and then I'm gonna take it back to Verity.
Okay. And Sorcha, during this time, you are with your student Jun, still doing the look at all the cool things that these tunnels have. And so I want to say Verity, Sorcha, and Jun are all in the same office. Because Verity is looking at the map and looking up on a computer, the equivalent of a computer in this universe, information about like things that this pattern appears in, and like what does this mean, and blah 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 blah. And there's a JSTOR version. somewhere in this universe where you can just look up information for research purposes. And Sorcerer's in there because this is your office. Like that's where else would you go?
Yeah.
And so you and Jun have come to the conclusion that while there's nothing necessarily you can do about the tunnels underneath Ardell without first checking to make sure that they're all still stable, because the maps that you're looking at are relatively old. And I say relatively old as in they weren't made within the last like 3 years. Who knows what's happened down there in the last 3 years? Tunnels are notoriously, like, if they're not maintained, they could collapse. Who knows? So John is like writing a proposal for someone to do an expedition underneath into the tunnels to see what's left of them and see what's usable before you come up with a plan. Because they've mapped a path through the tunnels that would make traveling and moving supplies from one side of Ardell to the other side of Ardell much easier and quicker. And somehow Jen is also confused that no one's ever done this before, and like, why has this not been done before? Like, this is a fairly obvious. If you had the money and time, why have we not extended the subway to go down 2nd Avenue? Like, I don't understand. It's right there. We need a train. Same difference, same logic.
I see.
Which is a gripe in New York City, which is there's no train on 2nd Avenue and no one fucking knows why. But the answer is because the rocks down there suck. They're really hard to mine through, basically. Random New York City geology information aside. Oh, my tummy. Sorry, team. They made a food sound. And you haven't heard. No, there. Actually, no. Not Saren. Kira, when you're heading back with this book, do you stop in on Noel?
Yeah, probably.
He built a Christmas village, or the cracker equivalent of a Christmas village.
He's
Not,
not.
huh?
Oh, what? Sorry.
A Christmas village?
Okay.
You know what that is, do you?
No.
I don't know. They're it's okay. I'll show you. They're stupid. They're stupid, and I love them. And here, let's see. Let's use this one. Copy image link. Copy image link. Copy image address. I'm putting it in the. Oops, that's not what I want. Click that. Copy image view. Okay, yes. Oh, this is video. That's why it's yelling at me. I need a picture. Okay, copy image address. I'm putting in Twitch chat so you can see it. Everyone can see what a Christmas village is. It's not the best picture. It's kind of dark. But that's what a Christmas village is. They're really obnoxious, and I don't know why I'm so invested in them. But I am wildly invested in them. And every year I cry about the lack of Christmas village in my life. But he's built one of those.
Okay.
Like he built a very elaborate, well-designed city or town at the very least via crackers and straws and some hot glue guns.
Wow.
Sorcha's so proud.
It's really not what you asked to build, but it's still really cool.
It doesn't matter. Sorcha is very proud.
I'm gonna be like, Noel, this is amazing.
This is
and he's gonna be super embarrassed. Like, it's just like a little side hobby that I have. I just like designing cities.
This is absolutely wonderful.
She's like super embarrassed, and you're like praising him for this like thing that he just kind of does casually for shits and giggles.
Yeah, Sorcha's just gonna keep rambling on and like talking about all the little details and how wonderful it is. And, you even remembered to do this.
He put like little people out of toothpicks in it too, and like cotton balls for their heads.
And look, you even remembered to leave space for the utilities and infrastructure.
It's beautiful. And if you look at it long enough, it sort of, and well, I don't know if Sorcha would notice, but Kira, you'd notice in a vague sort of way, it sort of looks like a fancier version of Gellspar. Like, and you stay like it's like if someone redesigned Gale to be actually functioning and good, well designed, as opposed to like a hodgepodge of things that got thrown together. Like, what if we actually did this on purpose? Looking at you, city of Boston, instead of just throwing circles on circles with the squares in there.
I'd be like, is this meant to be Geldspa?
He's just like, well, kind of, sort of. If we had the people and Ardell cared enough to like make it better and stuff, yeah, maybe a little bit. But like, it's just like a pipe dream. Like, whatever.
Hey, well, you know when I was saying politician stuff, we are gonna hopefully actually do some things to change Ardell. You should, we could really maybe do something like this.
He gets tentatively excited. Like theoretically, this could be like it's like the way your parents say, yes, I'm gonna buy you a PlayStation for Christmas, and they come back with a Super NES. Like you're gonna, I don't believe you, but I think you're gonna try your best. Type deal.
Mm-hmm.
So skeptical, but like not in like I don't think you'll do it, but in I don't think you'll say you're gonna try your very best. With what his face says. Yes, it's all Nintendo, exactly. Like, I want a PlayStation, Mom. Well, here's a Nintendo. That's not what I. That's not even. It's a Game Boy. It's not even close to the same thing. Oh, it's kind of the same thing. They both play video games, but like different.
Quick question.
An attempt was made.
Yes.
Is there like a? I guess it is the archives, right? That's like the college and stuff here.
Yeah.
So
there's no real college. What it is like everyone sort of like apprentices and interns someplace, and then you just sort of like stay unless you hate it.
I'm gonna turn to Sotra and be do you know anyone at all that maybe,
those buildings?
I'm gonna like put my eyes towards the Noel in the city and be like,
of course, there's plenty of people that teach all sorts of things here. I mean, I don't teach this, unfortunately. I keep the books, and I teach history and stuff like that. But there's quite a few who teach, more.
I don't.
She's
I don't
thinking
know
for a word.
I don't know who's in charge of building code.
I can. Let me see who's currently the one teaching.
I don't know what job that is, except for it's an engineer, but it's like there's a person who's in charge of designing parks to go in cities. I don't know what that job is called though.
So I'm gonna be like, well, if they're around, maybe we could call in on them, but quickly, because I think Noel, we should head back down soon, and maybe you and Verity could come help me with the horse alpaca thing after that.
Well, when you get older, you can come and learn here, and you will be able to find out all sorts of things, and then you could probably get a position and do exactly that, and it would be amazing, because this is absolutely brilliant.
He does that thing where he's just like, again, I believe you're going to try, but I don't believe that you'll succeed.
Yeah, I'm going to pat him on the shoulder and be like, well, we can certainly try. I mean, not many people from Gelspar normally come and study here, but maybe Sotra can help.
People don't tell me no. They know better.
I mean, that is also true. That's also a very true statement. Trying to think. So yeah, Noel's building thing stays because it's too big for you to carry right this minute. And Kira, you take the book to Verity about the animal. And Sortra you come with. And John is staying with Noel to discuss, because the thing about John is John studies history and architecture, which is why they're looking at the tunnels underneath. they're not a civil engineer. They're a historical engineer, whatever you call someone who studies the history of buildings, and how cities develop and design, but like not in charge of building them.
Yeah.
So John and Noel are going to go bond over that. And the three of you are back in Sorch's office. Oops.
With the poor
Hey.
student.
No, John went with John is with Noel.
Right.
Right.
I think I found your furry friend. I mean, not actually the furry friend. I mean, look at this, and I will open the page.
Wait. Oh, my brain. Okay. You. So on the page that Kira has put in front of you, Verity, is a thing that looks. You know how like jaguars and leopards look the same but slightly different?
Yeah.
Like that. Like this is the same. This is the same yet different animal that you're staring at. And the actually, and oops. Goldfish? Huh. Apparently that's a thing. So the animal in question is called a Quixote. It is believed to be mostly extinct due to what do you call when you lose the territory that you exist in? Gentrification, but I don't know what that's equivalent to that for animals.
Just a loss of habitat.
Yeah, like destruction of habitat is basically the reason for their near extinction. There was the note that they attempted at one point or another to preserve the species by moving them off of the island of Axia that became Ardell when Ardell realized that this was a problem because we had to pretend to care about the animals. But like the move was not successful for majority of the Quixotes. While they were released into the wild, very few were seen after that. But enough to prove that they're still alive, but not enough to prove that they are healthy and or breeding in the manner in which they used to be, because there used to be a lot more of them. They were about as prevalent as, say, a bird in Australia before cats were introduced.
Well, now I'm just sad.
But like instead of being eaten, they were killed by people. And at least with people, they murdered them by accident. Cats just murder them because they could.
I mean, yeah, cats are pretty mean.
No, you know who's really fucking mean?
Who?
Duck-billed storks, which are storks, but also will just eat turtles apparently because they can. I learned a bunch of random animal facts the other day.
Also swans.
Fuck swans, except for the gay ones. Apparently, they're really good at raising kids, baby swans, not actual children. More successful than heterosexual swan couples, actually.
I did not know that.
I learned that yesterday.
Yeah, all like swans are scary.
Swans are terrifying.
Like they're everything geese are, except swans can actually hurt you.
Fuck geese. They poop like little bastards everywhere near lawn. So that's what you know about Quixote. There is a note in the at the bottom of a footnote that references a book. Like for more information, check this source, basically. But that's all I got, and it's a picture of a thing that looks like your animal. But like, if the Quixote you have in like a grayish green color, and I say green as in the way like it's not even grayish green. It's like grayish blue. The way like cats are that grayish blue color.
Yeah.
Uh, this one, the ones in the pictures are like more brightly colored. So like you see like my background, like how it's like this various shades of tan and red or whatever. Yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah, yep.
The one in the picture looks like are these colors. Are colored like a reddish brown, goldy color, where the one that you have is definitely way darker than that. Way more night stalker than plain stalker. And oddly enough, there's no note about what they eat, or where they sleep, or how they breed, just that they existed and then they questioned their continued existence. I'm trying to think of anything else that you should know about Kyoto without having to reference the other book. Oh, you know what it is? So the footnote references another book. If you flip to the back of the book that you're looking at, it has like a little expounding that part of the reason outside of the dehabitation of this particular breed of animal, the failed migration of this particular breed of animal, they were also unfortunately kept by early settlers of Ardell because they were really good at finding crystal that they used at the time to do everything, but now primarily for powering and holding the city up. But like they did it like on instinct, but not because you wanted them to do it. It's like how cats kill things on instinct, not because you want them to kill that bug. So they couldn't be trained, so people basically gave up on that particular task for the most part. And you also Kira learn a lot about alpacas in this book and how to take care of them, how to properly shear their fur, and make scarves and other knitwear. Is it bad? What is what? Oh, it is bad. Okay, yeah. Does anyone have any questions about the contents of this book?
I don't think so. I mainly want to know how to move an alpaca. That's what Kira's looking for.
How do you move an alpaca? Hurting it.
So, in terms of the Kyote, does it give any suggestion to like how I guess like independent and smart they are? And then do they tend to like wander off and stuff?
They have the survival instincts of a non domesticated yet not feral cat.
Okay.
So yes, they are solitary creatures. Okay, actually, I'll do this. I need an alpaca. They are they've never been domesticated. Domestication was attempted and failed. They are the reason why it fails is that they're independent, free-thinking, stubborn little shits who aren't trainable. That's what I'm going. They are not dogs. You cannot train them to do things, but they're trainable. Like cats can be tricked into pressing the button to get food. Really, they're training you to get food for them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's how. So yes, it could wander off, but it could also be a trick to make you go do something that it wants you to do. There's no telling.
What do you reckon, Verity? It seems like your fuzzy friend, right?
I think you're muted.
It's like I'm just having trouble hearing. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm also really far from my mouth. My mic.
All right, so fuzzy friend.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like fuzzy friend, right? This thing.
It does. The colors are kind of off, aren't they?
That is true. Maybe It's
Oh,
a
continue.
slightly different kind because it's from somewhere else, maybe?
Maybe it's a subspecies.
Do you think this means it's gone wandering off by itself to do something?
I have absolutely no clue. I mean, yeah.
I don't know if I meant. Did I mention that it the reason I try to domesticate them is because they're good at finding crystal. They're like crystal not crystal magnets. They're like crystal scavengers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Actually they're like birds that collect shiny objects.
Yeah.
And their shiny objects are always crystal. They don't do anything with them as far as anyone can tell. But.
So
Maybe-
they're like tiny fuzzy magpies.
Yeah, cat magpies. That's what they are. They're cat magpies. That look like a
Well, you know what? Maybe if she finds some, she can bring them back to me, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe we could use it to find where the kind of nasty crystal's been, or the nasty pixie is. Think she could. I feel like we should find her, because this may be very helpful.
I just don't really know how to do it. I mean, could be anywhere in Gelspa or in Ardell.
I guess we could split up and search.
Hmm.
Ask around, see if anyone's seen it.
I mean, it's just this place is so big, and Fuzzy could be hiding somewhere, could be inside a warehouse, could be in a tunnel. I mean, I don't even know. I want to find
I will say, as a metagame sort of thing, I guess, sort of. Find the biggest crystal, find your fuzzy friend.
Oh yeah. If it likes crystals, maybe it will go for Geldspar crystal or Ardell crystal.
Well,
Or anywhere that has
a
a lot
large
of
supply.
crystal.
yeah.
Yes.
So where would be the biggest supply of crystals? That's not one of the big crystals.
Well, maybe whomever has is supplying all that illegal crystal. That might be it.
But since we don't know where that is, that would not help us finding Fuzzy. So where's the biggest known collection?
I vaguely remember us hearing someone talking to someone at the party. Let me double check my notes. This is why I have notes.
Unfortunately, Sarah's not here to enjoy this, but they'll be here next week, so it'll be fun. Like pigs with truffles. But do pigs eat truffles?
The pigs will. When pigs are looking for truffles, pigs will eat the truffle, but you have to reward the pigs before it starts eating the truffles.
Okay. I don't know anything about pigs. They terrify me. They eat people. They can eat people. That's a better statement.
Again, I appreciate the no waste.
I don't appreciate omnivores. I do not appreciate omnivores. As an omnivore myself, I do not appreciate other omnivores. I also don't appreciate what are those? Crawfish? For the same reason. Oh fuck. Sorry, my pen just all over me.
Harriet Ashenfeld, Marion noted that a strange new smuggled crystal with an arrow pointing to Augustus Krell. Rather, they were talking about a strange new crystal to one another.
Oh, okay. So maybe we go check out this.
So Harriet Ashenfeld and Augustus Krell.
Do we know where they live?
I know where they live. I know where everyone lives.
That sounds scary when you say it like that.
That was not creepy at all.
Well, maybe this is perfect because we could go and say hey, have you seen our animal? And then it might also give us a reason to go in and sneak around and see if they are the ones with the crystal.
As a note, okay, so I'm gonna recap something real fast because it was before your time. Sorry, hold on. Wait, who just say? I guess it's Colin. Who? Harriet Ashenfeld.
Yes. We heard them talking about that, and I think there was something about the Lee family as well relating to crystals. I'm looking to my notes
Oh.
for it.
Okay, no, I know what you're talking. I know what Augustus Crow and Harriet Ashenfeld were talking about, which again was before your time, which is why I think I mentioned it in passing. So anyone who's been watching the show remembers season 1.5 or 1.1. Prior to and season 1.1, the cast and crew was hired by Baron Maddox to go find a replacement crystal for Gellspar. Which is currently, as far as you know, not in Gellspar yet, because Ardell was being a dick about it.
Oh, didn't we have a party at the beginning celebrating the new crystal?
No, you celebrate getting the new crystal. It hasn't been installed yet. It's like they cut the ribbon or broke ground. They haven't actually put it where it belongs yet.
Oh, in that case,
And so Augustus Krell and Harriet Ashenfeld were talking about the fact that Baron Maddox, they were trying to figure out why he was helping Gellspar, basically, which then you find out later is because he wants to leave it to his children and make the world a better place, supposedly.
in that case, Sorch would be like, who's holding the new Geldspar crystal?
I have no idea. Maybe Baron Matix would know?
Would Sorcha know this?
Verity would know this because of your work and the annoyance that actually Sorcha would know that there was a new crystal on Ardell, but not where it was because irrelevant to your work. Verity would know because you would have heard of people complaining about it at your job because they don't think Gellspar deserves to be crystal, but they're just being classist. So that's that. But I think both Sorcha, Verity, Kira, Saren were all aware that Baron Maddox did pay an expedition to go find a new crystal, and that they are currently basically the city of Ardell is saying since he is an Ardellian person, the crystal belongs to Ardell, and he is like, no, this belongs to me, and I can do whatever the fuck I want with it, and you can't stop me. And they're just like, oh, watch us. And so it's like this current argument of can they actually stop him from doing what he wants with his own thing? Are you allowed to technically own a natural resource?
So maybe the Baron has it?
Or he would know where it is, at the very least. He would be aware of where he stored the thing that he got.
Yeah. Maybe we should go see him.
That sounds like a good idea. Before we do
The
that,
next best thing.
We should probably, let Saren know. Saren, might be able to get the information a lot easier than we do.
Yes. And I need to take Noel back to Gellspar. Shall I go down, take him back and go get Saren? Should we all head down there?
I can just go talk to the Baron. I know the Baron.
You do, Baron. But it's also like 7, 8 o'clock at night. I mean, I don't think Sorcha would care, but like it is past hours in which it is an appropriate time to be calling on someone who you are not dating.
Well, let's just say we'll go see him during normal calling times tomorrow morning, and maybe this will give Saren something to focus on. That's not the good stuff.
Yes, that's a good idea. Okay, let's head back to Gellspar then.
Okay.
Yeah. And
right.
I guess we all meet at the Baron's house tomorrow. When do calling hours start at 10? I don't know, or after lunch. Verity would know this, but I don't.
I don't know what time is a good time to call people in the morning. I call my mother at 6 in the morning.
Well, it's like it would be after breakfast, so probably around 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like a reasonable amount of time. So
I'll go get Saren and everyone then.
I'll make sure that a note is delivered so that he knows to expect us, because he will it's really bad manners to show up without being expected.
Okay.
it's an invite, but that's not going to stop you. I mean,
Sorcha doesn't care if she's invited. She's saying, "Hey, I'm showing up tomorrow. Be ready."
It's not a request for a meeting. This is, hey, I'll be here at 10.
Yeah, we'll be there.
So as you're leaving, Kira,
Mm-hmm.
you and Noel are carrying he sort of dismantled his little Christmas village into smaller, manageable pieces that can be like stacked and carried.
Oh yeah.
And he somehow or another, someone in the library has found like a little wagon to put it in.
Yeah, we're trying to carry it down.
They're trying to carry it down the stairs.
There's absolutely little wagons and dollies so that people can like cart around books.
Yeah. So like he's disassembled it enough to fit in a cart/wagon, and you are climbing down. You're like okay. Again, if you never lived in New York or place, have you lived in a place with a subway system as well?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you know when like people have babies in their carriage and their little buggy things, they used to carry them up and down the stairs. So someone volunteers to take the other end.
Yeah.
Like it's really precarious and not very safe because you can't see where you're going.
Yes.
You're doing that. You're doing that as you try to get down.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna do two things. I made perfect. We're gonna end shortly in like 2 minutes. But as you get down the stairs, you hear someone clear their throat, like ahem. But like not like ahem, like polite ahem, like suspicious ahem, like, hey, look at me, but I'm not saying. I don't want you to recognize my voice ahem.
I'm gonna like do that awkward thing where you are trying to like
turn.
You're trying to turn to the side so that you can desperately like see what's going on out of that like
weird angle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna say you put the cart down. And you see the guy that you saw earlier talking to Awen, sort of leaning against like a pillar in this little subway station platform that exists at the bottom of the stairs. And he was clearly waiting for you.
So I'm gonna take a slightly little step in front of Noelle and just be like, is he like blocking the way for me to go?
No. So like if there's like how do I describe this? So there's the stairwell that goes like it's in the center of the room, but like against the back wall, right? There's like 4 pillars like holding up the room itself that are like equal distance from either wall, like from all of the walls. So he's like leaning against the pillar furthest away from you, but like to the side. Like you could theoretically walk right past him. And he couldn't stop you because there's enough space, but like you still have to walk past him.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like diagonal from you, I guess is the best way to put it. Like you are in the middle and he is diagonal to you.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a defensive-ish step in front of Noelle.
Yes.
He
chuckles when you do that. Like he like not chuckles, but like kind of like I'm offended that you think of me like that. Chuckle.
And then I guess I'm just gonna meet eyes with this guy and just be like, gonna nod and be like, evening. And then I'm gonna
Miss Tully? Or is it Ms.? I don't know. How do you say someone who's not married?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Lady Tully.
So I'm trying not to look taken aback a bit because he knows my name. Can I help you?
Oh, I think how do I say this? I think a person in your position could help me a lot.
Okay, well, I suppose I'm a little busy right now, maybe some other time.
It's okay, I can wait. I'll come with you. And like he like starts to like do the walking over thing. Like he does like he's doing the like polite, like he's not being threatening, but you know like when a random dude just approaches you and says, hey, can I help you with that? And you're like, no. And he's like, no, let me help you. And you're like, no. He's doing that thing. We're like, it's not necessarily like outwardly, it's just weird because random dude, but like it's just suspicious random dude, not because
yeah, I'm definitely like, no, it's fine. But thank you.
He's not gonna give up, but he's also not gonna like press the issue because he doesn't want to be. He's not gonna let you leave. He's not gonna leave without you. But he doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to threaten you. He's not reached the "I want to threaten you" point of the day. But however, he's all basically he's doing a smiling politely thing at you, and you're doing the "No, I'm good" thing, and Noel's going, "How quickly can I get out of this space?" And like Noel this entire time has been slowly like inching with his little wagon of Christmas Village towards the door.
Yeah.
But like not like he's like sort of like, you know when you do that weird dance where like everyone's moving like in a circle, but they're like not getting any closer or further away from one another? Noel's kind of like dragging you closer to the exit, but like still equal distance from the guy who's currently like not aggressively approaching you. He's definitely making sure to keep you between him and the guy.
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna leave you, but he also is not gonna step up and help.
No, that is fair. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore this. The thing is, there's been creepy people before. It's a bit worrying that he knows my name, so I'm gonna go to like press onwards, but basically usher Noel in front of me, and be to him like, we're still up in Ardell at the moment, aren't we?
No, you're downstairs. You're in
We're down in Geldspar.
Yeah,
okay.
He was down at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna just make sure he gets out ahead in front of me, and I'm just gonna start to power walk.
yeah. Okay. Actually, you know what it's like? So, have we all? We're gonna end in like 2 seconds. Have we all seen John Mulaney's live at Radio City comedy special?
No.
Oh my god. Okay, so this is okay. I'm just explaining this joke. So John Mulaney is like hilarious one, but he tells the story about being in a train station at like 2 a.m, and he like sees this other woman in the train station, and then she looks at him and he looks at her, and like they're both going to the same place. And the thing about this particular story, because I know this particular, when you go down the stairs are first off creepy as fuck, but also there's like a really long, really not well lit hallway you have to walk down to get to the platform. And so he tells a story about how he's going down the stairs and the lady's in front of him, and he's going down the stairs and she's still in front of him, and she keeps looking at him and he keeps looking at her because she's in front of him, and she starts walking a little faster. So he goes, "Oh, does she hear the train coming?" And he starts walking a little faster as well. Yeah. And it's like he unintentionally is like chasing this woman, but she's not like running because she doesn't want to cause a scene, but like there's a random dude at 2 a.m. chasing me through an empty tunnel. That's what's currently occurring here.
Yeah.
Like you don't think he's gonna hurt you, but like also he's walking at equal speed as you, and you're power walking. Like it's weird. Yeah. It's clearly he's stalking you, but like it's really passive aggressive.
So basically I'm gonna say to Noel, like, just like, go head off and like get home safe.
Okay.
Now we're in Geldspar, and then I'm gonna like basically turn around and be like, "Hey, stop being a creep." I'm literally just gonna be like, "No, I'm like, this is no good. Stop. Whatever this is."
He's like, I just want to talk. I just want to have a conversation. Anyway, we're gonna call. Anyway, as he's saying this and smiling, we're gonna go to the end of our episode and we're gonna do outros. So you're now alone in this really long hallway. Noel is power walking as fast as he can with his little red wagon. There's Christmas Village ahead of you, looking back, like making sure you're still there. But still definitely walking away, but like faster than casual.
Yeah.
Hopefully he goes to get Sarah. Who knows? Anyway, that's the end of our episode. For right now. And when we come back next week, we'll get more Saren, because Saren will be back, I think. Probably. If not, Noel will be back with Saren eventually. Hopefully. Before something bad happens to Kira. Nothing bad's gonna happen to Kira. Just like a little kidnapping.
Just a little bit.
Oh,
You'll be fine.
Yeah. Hey, something will happen. Also, as an aside, as the final scene, so the final 2 shots of this episode are Kira and
before you do the final scene,
yes.
I might be good for me to remind you that I am not here next week. I don't believe.
Oh, even better.
I think it's one of the weeks that I'm not here. I'll have to check.
Okay.
But...
I'm saying I hope you're not here, but I hope you're not here. That makes it even better.
So yeah, with that knowledge, please do go ahead with your scene.
So Kira and that dude are staring at one another. But then we cut to a scene of Fuzzy Friend in a not a basement, because a basement sounds sketchy, but like a finished room that has no windows. It's relatively deep, and there's a giant crystal on its side, and the Fuzzy Friend is licking it.
Fuzzy Friend, no, that's not healthy.
And like as like the shot like pans backwards and like it goes up a stair, and like you recognize the foyer of the house that you're in, having been the foyer area of Baron Maddox's house. So Fuzzy finds in Baron Maddox's basement, licking his crystal.
Fuzzy Friend, no, that's not healthy.
Anyway, Creed, do your outro.
Hi, I'm Bloodgray. I'm here, and I do things on Twitch sometimes, but mostly I'm here. I'm also in a game called Dragonstone, but Dragonstone's not running right now. But when it comes back, I'll be there. So watch out for that. And yeah, words and stuff. I'm bad at words.
Words are hard.
Words are fuck.
Words are very hard.
God damn it. Sorry, I'm covered in ink. Kira, you're up. Not Kira, sorry, Sweth.
Hello, I am Sweth. Find me on Twitch as Sweth, and on Twitter and Insta as Swethra. If you fancy dropping me a follow on Twitch, I am getting close to affiliate, which is exciting. I normally stream on a Sunday, although I'm not at the moment because my PC is dying a little bit, but I will be soon. So yeah, drop a follow, and I do craft things in the week and games at the weekend.
Nice.
Not in any other games at the moment, so just come back join me with these lovely people next week.
Yeah,
but not next week for me. But
next week for Kira, but not next week for Kira.
Yes.
Verity, you're up.
Hey, I'm Vivi or Vivacia, and you can find me on Twitch as Vivacia, on the Twitter as Miss Vivacia, and I'm here with these lovely people. On Mondays, you can find me on Wily Hobbit's channel playing a 5e game where we just returned to the Dalelands, and on Wednesdays, I'm playing an ultra-modern 5 game on Mr. Hooper's channel. Yeah, and that's it so far.
Sorry. I'll rewrite that note. So hi, I'm Imani. I've been your storyteller for this game. You can find me on Twitter at mcatterdev or Little Red Alchemist. You can find me on Twitch at MorganCatterTV. I make games, I play games, I do shit. And we are going to be rating someone who's playing Necrobiotic, which I don't know what that is, but it sounds scary, so please stick around. Also, next Friday. I know. On Wednesday is Dragon. No. Dungeons and Dragons. Then there's Red to the Gift. Then there's Friday is the new series that I can't pronounce the name of, that starts with a T. Tenebris, thank you. And Nightmares on the Frontiers on Thursday. I did that out of order. I'm so sorry, but I promise you that Val has a calendar that's way more neat than I just said that. As we grade, please stick around for. No, but you don't have a pretty calendar that you put for graphics up. Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm traumatizing our poor producer in the background. I'm sorry, team. But anyway, we're rating and we're off.
Bye.
Bye. I'm totally waving.